All right, today we're going to dive into a set of writings from the 19th century that make a pretty bold claim that they hold a vital message for our modern, seriously chaotic times. So, what could a voice from that far back possibly have to say about the world we're living in right now? Well, let's find out.
So this quote right here is our starting point. I mean, it feels like it could have been written this morning, doesn't it? This feeling, this turmoil and confusion is the core problem these texts are trying to solve. They're basically saying that this isn't just a random state of affairs, but it's a symptom of a world that's outgrowing its old ways of thinking.
So, okay, how do we get out of this confusion? Well, the writings introduce this really powerful idea that divine guidance isn't just some one-time event that happened thousands of years ago. Instead, it's this continuous, evolving process that's perfectly tailored for the needs of each specific era.
I just love this metaphor. I mean, think about it. Imagine all of humanity as one single body that needs a garment. And that garment, according to these writings, is the revelation from God. And just like we all need new clothes, humanity's spiritual robe has to be renewed. Because, as they say, every age requireth a fresh measure of the light of God to match its own unique challenges.
Okay, so this brings up a really crucial question, right? How is this fresh measure of light actually delivered to us? The answer lies in a concept that the writings call the manifestations of God. These are the prophets and messengers who act as the channels for that divine light. Let's get really clear on this term, because it is absolutely foundational to everything else. A manifestation of God is described as this unique kind of being, like a perfect mirror, that reflects the qualities of a single, unknowable God. Now, they aren't God, but they perfectly reflect His light, the same way a flawless mirror reflects the sun. Their whole purpose is to educate and guide humanity's development. And here's such a beautiful way to think about it. The sun you see today is the exact same sun as yesterday, right? But it rises on a brand new day. In that same way, while the prophets might appear as different people in different times, the divine light they're reflecting is one and the same. Okay, let's really break this down, because it's a huge idea. These writings say the messengers have a twofold station. So think of it like this. On a spiritual level, they are all one. They share this essential unity, kind of like different lamps all lit from the very same flame, all working towards one single unfolding purpose. But in the human world, they each have a distinct individuality. Each one has a unique name, a specific mission, and a set of teachings tailored exactly for their time and their people.
And this quote just drives that whole point home. You see, their outer forms and some of their social laws might change with the times, but their inner reality, their ultimate goal, to educate humanity and help civilization advance, that is always the same. Their cause is one.
So if that's the job of the divine messengers, you've got to be asking, where do we fit into all this? Well, this is where the writings turn the focus back on us, on humanity, and our purpose in this whole grand scheme.
What's so fascinating here is this incredibly noble vision of what a human being is. These writings describe each and every person as a mine that is just rich with hidden gems of virtue and amazing capacities. Our whole purpose, then, is to discover and polish these gems within us, to reflect the qualities of our Creator.
But, of course, here's the catch. That inherent nobility, those gem-like qualities, they aren't always easy to see, are they? The texts say they can get totally obscured by our own selfish desires and attachments, a lot like dust and grime covering a mirror, stopping it from reflecting the light of the sun. The potential is always there, but it's going to take some serious effort to uncover it. So this brings us right to the practical application. If the world is in turmoil, and we are all these mines of hidden gems, then what's the prescription? How do we connect our own personal transformation to a global one?
And what's laid out is a pretty clear blueprint for building this new world order. And it's not just about big abstract systems. It's about fundamental principles that have to be built into our society and into our personal lives. It all starts with the absolute recognition of human unity. From there, you build on it. You establish justice as the ruling principle, and you cultivate virtues like truthfulness and courtesy as the bedrock of how we all interact.
And this right here just brilliantly illustrates the core message. Unity isn't just presented as some lofty, nice idea. It's framed as the absolute, non-negotiable requirement for any kind of peace or security. All the other principles, both the personal ones and the social ones, are all designed to build and support this one foundational truth.
So after laying out this entire grand vision for personal and global change, the text does something truly fascinating. It doesn't demand blind faith, not at all. Instead, it places the entire responsibility of discovery squarely on the shoulders of you, the individual.
And this is the question that just hangs in the air, right? With so many competing claims, so many ideologies, so much noise, how can any person be expected to cut through all of that and find what's real and true for themselves? Well, the first step, according to these writings, is to stop relying on just blindly imitating what came before. Unquestioned tradition, it argues, can act like a cloud, literally, blocking our own understanding from seeing the light of truth for itself. It's a call to use our own minds and our own hearts.
And this brings us right to the call to action. The invitation is for each and every person to undertake their own independent investigation of reality. Don't just rely on inherited traditions or what other people tell you. Use the faculties you've been given and find the truth for yourself.
And that's really where we'll leave it. These writings start with a world in turmoil, and they end with a deeply personal choice. They propose this direct link between our own inner state and the state of the whole world, leaving us with this one last question. What if building a new world really begins with that courageous, personal effort to polish the mirror within?